there's nothing, I can honestly say there is nothing that's that important that you've got to talk to your friends every day about. Nothing. I mean, it's bad enough if you go to work, you gotta, you associate with your friends at work, then you go home. Well, why do I want to take and turn around and call my friend that I work with as soon as I get home when I just got done working with them for 8 hours? You know what I mean? I mean, yeah, it's cool. Go out with them on the weekend, maybe. Go out boating, fishing, whatever it is that, you like to do. Well, that's cool. Invite them over to play video games, whatever. That's cool too, whatever. But what I'm saying is you should be spending more time with the person you're with than with your friends. I mean, yes, it's okay to have friends, but it gets to be an every night thing. Well, I'm going out with my friends. That boyfriend, that girlfriend, the relationship's not going to work because they're not going to want to be putting up with that. At least I know I don't. I mean, and if I'm going to go out with my friends, she's going to go with me. If she doesn't want to, then no, I'm not going to go. I'll call up the guys, or I'll call them up and say, look, I'm not going. But yeah, I mean, I'm not saying you can't have friends. It's just, I don't put up with the drama bullshit, 1 minute, we're on, the next minute we're off, talking to this one, talking to that one, having somebody, trying to threaten me with an ex-boyfriend that he's going to come and whoop my ass because you're with me and he don't like me and all this other bullshit. No, I don't put up with that drama bullshit. I mean, if he's that jealous because he doesn't want me to be with you, then see ya. Then you're not over him in the first place. And I don't want to sit in here in a relationship all the time about, well, my ex-boyfriend this, my ex-boyfriend that. I don't want to hear that bullshit all the time because I don't care about it. I don't care about your ex-boyfriends, what you did with your ex-boyfriends, or what they're going to do. I don't care. You're with me, so it's us. It's me and you. It's nothing to do with them. It's us. So that's just my point. So if you're the drama type, or you're just a scantless hoe, and you think you're going to use people, then don't even bother talking to me, because I don't go for that type, and I won't give you a minute. But if I don't know, and I really don't understand if you're that way, the minute I find out that you're scantless, or you're that way, you're gone. That's it. I don't care if we've been, knowing each other for 2 months, 6 months, a year, whatever. I find out you're that way. That's it. You're gone. That's it. Bottom line. I won't play the emotional roller coasting game for 1 minute. I won't put up with it. I won't. I seriously will not do it. I love the person I'm with, and very heartfelt, and I would go to the ends of the world, the earth, for them, to do whatever they want me to do for them. I would do it. If it's in my power, I would do it. But I'm not gonna sit there and do this, well, for your ex-boyfriend or whatever. Yeah, I mean, I'd be nice to him. I mean, especially if he's the baby's daddy. If you have a kid and it's the baby's dad, I'd be good to him. I'd be good to your kids too, because I've got a kid of my own. But you know what I mean. Just the player concept, the fucking scantless hoe concept, the whole dramatic thing. No, I'm not dealing with it. No. Or where, you're with me, but yet you still go over and see your ex-boyfriend. No, I don't play that either. I mean, I look at it like this: when you break up, you break up. You forget about them. Yes, I mean, it's going to hurt for a little while. I understand that. It always does, because you care about someone. It's going to hurt. But after the hurting's over with, time goes on, you forget about them. Let them go. Don't keep calling them. Don't keep going to their house. Don't keep talking to them. Let them realize that what they lost was a good thing. That's why I said what I said about when, if you reject me, then I hope all your relationships for the rest of your life will fail. To let them know that they're the ones to throw away a good thing. They don't know what they had. A lot of people don't know, and they don't realize what they have until it's gone. And then after it's gone, they realize, I didn't really think they was going to leave. I had a good thing, and I fucked it up. Well, don't be a fuck up. Use your brains and do it right the first time, and you don't have to worry about it. I'm not trying to say that I'm perfect, and I'm not trying to make relationships sound like they're perfect. They'll only be perfect if you make them perfect. How you work at it. It was like, this is probably going to shock everybody, but this is what I said one time. This preacher, I was sitting in a church, not my church, but I was sitting in another church, and I'm probably going to believe, like, why would I say something like that? Well, like I said, I'm outspoken, and I will tell you what I think. Sitting in a church one night, and the preacher was standing up there preaching, and he was preaching on relationships, what I'm talking about. And he was saying about how people had problems in their marriages and relationships and stuff. And he stood up there, he tried to say that my relationship is a perfect relationship. Me and my wife, we don't have one bit of problems. We don't argue. We don't fight. Nothing like that. And I stood right up in the church, right in the front of the congregation. I stood up, and I told him to his face, right in the church, I said, "You're a damn liar. You are a damn liar." I said, "I know better than that. Everybody has arguments in a relationship." And I turned around and I walked out. And this is no joke. About 40 or 50 other people got up right behind me, and they left. Why did I say it? Because he was a liar. Because every relationship, I don't care if it is a perfect relationship, and you try to make it as good as you can, and you work through all your problems, and you're making it work, but he ain't gonna sit there and tell me he didn't have no kinds of problems, because you're always gonna have an argument. You're always gonna have a disagreement. Not so much maybe to break you up, but you're always gonna have something there. There's no perfect relationship. It's only as perfect as you work for it to make it. It can be if you work at it and make it that way. But it's still not going to be perfect. It's only going to be as perfect as you want it to be, or you make it to be. That's just like working at a job. Where I work at. I'll use mine for example, where I work at. We get these new people that come in here. I've been at my job for 6 years. And believe me, if my job was hard, I wouldn't have stayed there that long. Well, they come in there, they're in there for a couple weeks or so. Man, this job's freaking hard, man. There's not a hard job at where I work at. Not a hard job. Reason why it's hard to them is because they want to make it hard. Because they don't want to work in the first place. They're lazy. And a lazy man will find any way he can, or any excuse he can, to get out of working, or make it easier for him, or take the shortcuts. But that's the reason why they say it's hard, because they don't want to work in the first place. So, same way with the relationship. Some people's going to say, well, relationships are hard to, they're hard to keep. Well, yeah, they may be hard to keep, but it depends on how hard you want to keep that relationship. How bad how much you really care for that person that you're with. If you really have feelings for that person and you're really sincere, you really care about them, then you will do whatever it takes to keep that relationship going.